warm up, fucking overhead press. First actual working set. Still failure. And keep it rolling, like always. All right, next one. Next one, probably do after this maybe two more, like a lighter, like both lighter. Last one like super light, just straight burnout. Burnouts I feel like are fucking amazing. So one more. All right, two more. All right, one more. Last one. So. All right. On to lateral raises. All right, two more. Probably last one. Drop set. You already know. Oh. Fucking drop that. All right, one more lighter weight for shits and jiggles. Let's get it. Whew, that's it. So, rear delts, dumbbells, seated. Maybe move on to the tech deck rear flies, but we'll see. We'll do like 3 sets of these, and we'll see how that goes. So. All right, I'm gonna try them standing this time. Yep, standing way better. Two more, one regular, last one drop like always, and I think that's about it. So let's do them. All right, last one, drop. Fucking all the way to failure, squeeze, burn, and then fuck off. Whew, fucking shit. Last one, straight fucking squeeze till I can't fucking even lift them up anymore, and that's about it. So that's pretty much about it. Shoulders fucking cooked. Fucking let's go downstairs. Fucking pose down. Shoulder day done. Very nice, very fucking on point. I love it. Today was fucking nice. Fucking rear delts are cooked. But let's get into the pump check. Oh yeah, definitely pumped. Rears as well, as you could tell. Well tell. As it should be. As it fucking should be. Ah. Woo. Yep. Shoulders definitely pumped. Oh yeah, for sure. All right, let's get a closer look. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, pretty fucking sick. When you have a good pump, pulls downs are fucking demonic. Yep, rear delts are busting. That's why I always fucking say, hit your rears, hit your side delts. Front is cool and all, but they already get so much activation on their own from other shit. So isolate the fucking rears and the sides if you want that side look, and you know, the fucking rears, and you know, it gives you like a whole profile. You know what I mean? It's just, instead of being flat in the back, it rounds it out for you. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever wonder like how to fuck, that's how you do it. Rears specifically also. The side delts are good for the front like this, you know? It gives you that round look. But if you want, you know, side profile type of things, definitely the rears. You know, definitely the fucking rears. So get in one more time. All right, shirt off. All right, one side. Cool, cool, cool. Hit a side try real quick. You also want to hit shoulders, because when you hit a side try, for example, when you hit the side try, right? It's like you got the tricep, but then you also have the fucking shoulder popping out. So if let's say you have no shoulder, it's gonna look a little weird. And if you have no tricep but you have a shoulder, also might look a little weird. So, you know, it's always good to hit everything. It makes sense. So, as you can see, one more, a little bit closer. Right about here, to the side. Oh yeah, rears are busting. Rears are definitely busting. Oh yeah, shoulder separation all the way. One more closer side try. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. That's about that. Finito with the fucking pose down. All right, so pose shoulders. Pretty self-explanatory. What do we do? Overhead, right? Overhead. Went on to laterals, and then rears. The only difference was pretty much usually it's reverse pec deck rears, right? This time it was taken, so doing something basically alternate from that. I tried the seated rear flies, right? But got up and figured that standing was a little bit more optimal for me, at least. So we did those. Still the same shit. Maybe can't load up as much weight as you can on the fucking pec deck for rears, but it's pretty much the same fucking thing. Now, overhead, I usually just do that for more of a warm-up. I'm not really concerned as to, I mean, it's a good movement, don't get me wrong, but not really concerned as using it as like a, you know, if I don't do it, it's over. You know what I mean? It's more like a warm-up, more get everything, you know, rolling, everything warmed up. It is important, you know, don't not do them, but if anything, I would say fixate and focus more on lateral raises in the rears. Like I said earlier, well, not earlier, but during the pose down, basically for the look, you would want to do laterals and rears. You know, the fucking front delts, they already get used when you're doing chest, you know, etc. So you don't need to actually do a separate whole isolation workout for front delts. You could if you want to, but you'd rather spend that time doing laterals and rears. So it's like, you know, 'cause a lot of people are like, you know, I know they're trying to go for that look, you know, the round look, whether it's you're doing a side try, whatever it is you're doing, side chest, whatever it is, and they want that round look instead of your shoulder kind of just caving in to along with your tricep. So that's why I always say rears and laterals. It gives you the side look. Laterals give you that side look from the front, you know, that little round boulder action. So that's why I always emphasize those specifically. Now for rears, don't really focus on doing too much weight on rears, even if you can. I mean, if you can, that's good, but always remember, basically proportionate to what you could do. It has to be heavy enough where you could still do a good form, because for rears, if you go too heavy, for example, let's say you're doing it on a pec deck, right, and doing the rear flies. If you do too heavy, you could still do the movement, don't get me wrong, you're still using the rears, but once it gets a little bit too heavy and your form starts getting thrown off, you start incorporating traps as opposed to just rears. So now you're kind of taking away the focus from the rears and you're including the traps. So you might be like, well, it's still working the rears, but it's not really, like, it's still working them, but it's not as much as you would want it to. So like, let's say you're doing that constantly, like month in, month out, and you're not changing, you know, the form, and you just keep doing heavy weight and you feel it, but let's say over all that time, you're now still using your traps. In let's say a 2-3 month period, you would, I mean, you wouldn't notice because you wouldn't know, but let's say you do know, you would notice that your rear could have probably been slightly bigger, could have made a little bit more gains on the rear if you just isolated it with a lighter weight and didn't incorporate the traps to help you move the weight back. So that's just like a little advice, little info for the rears, because rear is such a small muscle. You don't need to pack on mad weight and start moving it around. Like you could literally do 15, 20, 25 pound dumbbell rear flies, and that's all you need. As long as you do the squeeze at the top, it's really all you need. You know, like pick up anything heavier than, let's say, what you could do that would ruin your form. Let's say you could do like, I don't know, 30s. Go grab a 40, 45. You could probably still do the movement, but you'll notice it's not, you know, you're not gonna get the same type of squeeze at the top. You might start using your back, your traps, your shoulders. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like I mean, it is the shoulder, but I'm talking about specifically. It's gonna take the focus away from the rear and start using other muscle groups, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But at the same time, if you want to grow rear delts, that would be a bad thing because you want to focus on that specifically. So that's kind of the main idea about that. Laterals, same thing. You don't need to pack on a lot of weight. I mean, listen, like if you could do heavy weight, it's good, but always remember the form. Specifically for shoulders, I don't know, like for other muscle groups, like when you're doing back, biceps, stuff like that, form is important. But like if you pack on a little bit more weight, you could pass. You know what I'm saying? You could fly. But for shoulders, I feel like, you know, if you're lateral raising like 60s and you can't do the 60s with good form, you're kind of just now, once again, taking the focus away from the lateral. And you're now kind of either swinging it up and down, or you're using your, you know, your lats or your back, your traps once again to bring it back up. So it's kind of, in a way, you're taking away the focus. And at the end of the day, if you want to really, you know, sharpen the look or focus on a specific muscle group, the idea stays the same for no matter what muscle it is. Lighten the weight and actually get the squeeze. You know what I mean? I know it sounds kind of like, oh well, I don't know, fucking this, that, but believe it or not, no matter who you are, it kind of applies. You know, if you're doing chest and you're fucking doing bench press, that's different. You know, but for small muscle groups like that, like rears, bis, laterals, stuff like that, I would suggest personally like form and squeeze as opposed to let's see how heavy we can fucking go and tear the muscle apart. You know what I'm saying? So should make sense. Try it on your own. You know what I mean? You'll see what I'm talking about with the weight difference. You know, lighter weight on the rears, heavier. You'll see what I mean. Um, and just yeah, just as long as you feel it, trust me. You do 3-4 sets rear delt flies, whether it's on the pec deck or standard dumbbell flies. You do get the squeeze in the top. Do it till failure. You'll be good to go. You'll be golden. You can't complain. You know, you're gonna feel the pump. You're gonna feel the burn. Even right now, I'm still feeling like that little residual pump going in my rears, and it's been already over 15, 20 minutes since I finished, so that's a good indicator. So, like I always say, pump check, fucking, you know, just how the muscle feels in general. You know, that's all. You could use those as indicators to see whether or not you had a good workout, whether or not you hit the muscle correctly or as how you wanted to, and it's pretty much that. So, not much more to say. About to get out of here, fuel up, plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow is chest, so might switch it up a little bit than what I usually do for chest. I always start with incline Smith. Might still do that, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Maybe I'll throw something in the mix just to, you know, kind of change it up a bit. But that's about that. So we'll see tomorrow, and I will see you guys tomorrow for chest.